Hello YouTube, this is Darth Silver Mass. I hope y'all had a great 4th of July with your families. I hope y'all ate a lot of good barbecue. I hope you shot a lot of fireworks. I hope you had a great time. Well, I had to work. Got that time and a half. My family's in Peru, as y'all know, and went to the deli, bought me a slab of cooked ribs with bought me a little bottle of the Kraft thick and spicy with a couple of vegetable sides. Went home, put them in the microwave, ate, watched a little TV, went to bed. Because I had to work again that night. But anyway, all in all, a good day. I'm going to be going to Peru. I'll be flying out a week from today out of Dallas. Going to be down there for about a week and a half and fly back with my family. And we're going to hang out in Dallas for a couple days. Go back to the Rainforest Cafe. Go back to Dave and Buster's. We still have some credits left on the card. Play some more games. Look forward to meeting 8 Man again for supper, and great guy. Just looking forward to it, and then we have to get back into the, vacations end too quickly, as I'm sure y'all know. A couple things real quick. I was watching some YouTube videos the other night, and I noticed that Gainesville had an advertisement on YouTube advertising the 1-ounce silver Buffalo Rounds for 99 cents over spot. Of course, that caught my attention because I like the Buffalo Rounds. I know some of you don't. Anyway, I went to Gainesville Coins website, and you had to buy over 500 to get that 99-cent spot, which would have been $20.67 an ounce. But you could buy 1 to 99 for $21.07. So I did a little bit of shopping around, went to Preservation of Wealth, which I am a member of, and happy that I am, and noticed that the Preservation of Wealth at any amount was selling the same Buffalo Rounds at 99 cents over spot. And then anyway, just thought I would share that with y'all. All right. I'm a little bit upset, guys. I try to stay positive in my videos, but a little bit disgusted right now on some comments of some videos that I saw. There's a couple guys I noticed that are piggybacking some of our more popular channels. I'm not talking about I'm talking about in our close-knit group, I guess you could say. And have befriended them and make comments in their own videos. They're not really part of the silver community. They're listed as professional, successful, investor, blah, 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 okay? Now, they do put out some good content that I watch, but one guy in particular, I still like him. He looks like a nice guy. Makes videos on how so-and-so stacks so well, and how he's so diligent and takes good pictures and really loves his coins, blah, blah, blah. But then turn around and badmouths using silver as an investment, wants to know why do we stack, when all he has to do is just go back and watch our videos. We all usually say why we stack and even make a title about it. And yet when you respond to him, he don't respond back to anyone, it seems. But anyway, if you're not going to respond, don't ask, okay? But I've made several comments without any response, and I've noticed that from other people. I'm just going to quit wasting my time. I guess I'm not a hard hitter enough, a big enough hard hitter. Well, anyway, that's okay. Anyway, I noticed a lot of these guys are making comments on these channels. I like to watch everybody, but comparing us in the silver stacking community to being in a cult, worshiping precious metals, we're doom and gloomers, we're scam artists, and Nazis. For real, guys, that was actually a comment comparing silver stacking community to Nazis. A trend that I think I've seen in a lot of these guys is that they invested in silver. Looks like they invested a lump sum one-time investment when silver was near its peak in the $40 range, and now they're all wah crying that I've lost my butt in silver, it's a terrible investment. Okay, that's a stupid thing to say. Okay, so you made a lump sum investment. That in itself is a very risky thing to do. Okay, dollar cost average, spreads the risk out. But anyway, making a lump sum investment near any investment, not just precious metals, like it's precious metals' fault. Making a lump sum investment at any investment near its peak is a very dangerous thing to do. To invest in something that everyone's saying to invest in. I mean, you had YouTube videos and channels. A lot of these guys we don't even hear from anymore. Oh, silver's going to go up to $100 an ounce in the next couple of months. I mean, we all heard that. Luckily, I didn't listen to it. I didn't get back into the silver investing community after it was in the low 30s. I wasn't going to invest that high. But a lot of people did because they probably didn't know a lot about silver or precious metals or the history of. They were just listening to what all these channels say, getting these phone calls. I mean, this guy that I'm talking about, I was getting phone calls from this place and that place saying, hey, you need to invest in silver. I was watching these silver channels, so I bought 2 monster boxes at $40 an ounce, and I've lost my butt. And then some of the stackers will say, hey, well, look, won't you start, silver's down, won't your dollar cost average? He said, why would I want to invest in silver and lose more money? Okay. Those are emotional responses because silver investing to him is a negative thing because he lost money. He invested at the wrong time, which can happen to anybody, right, who don't do their homework. Well, if let's say if he would have invested $10,000 in silver back when silver was the redhead stepchild back in 2000 when no one really talked about silver. At the open of 2000, January 1st of 2000, he would have put a lump sum investment of $10,000 in silver and left it alone up until February 14th, 2012. That initial investment of $10,000 would be over $53,000. That's more than gold. If he would have put the same amount of money in gold in 2000 during the same time period up to February 14th, it would be worth about $51,000. If you'd have put that same amount of money into the Dow Jones Industrial Average, $10,000 in the open of 2000 up to February 14th, 2012, he would have $11,800. So he would only made $1,800. But yet, silver's a bad investment. It's silver's fault that he's lost his butt. It's not his fault. It's not their fault because I notice a lot of these guys who badmouth us for stacking fall in that category. Okay, you may know some people that way. Okay, now I have met. Well, another example before I move on. If you would have dollar cost averaged $250 a month at the open of 2000, based on, now I went off the yearly silver price per ounce average, okay? If you'd have put $3,000 a year, that's $250 a month for 12 years from 2000 up to 2012, okay, it's just easier to do math that way. Not only would you have made your initial investment of $36,000 back, but you would have made 124% return. So that means you would have made, off that $36,000, you would have got it back, and you would have over $80,000 in that account. I bet you if this guy or these guys would have done that, they would still be singing the praises of silver on YouTube videos. They'd be singing to the bank, silver's the best thing in the world to invest in. But no, they invested at the wrong time. You see, if you're trying to make, in my opinion, if you're trying to make money investing, you don't, just like with the tech bubble and the real estate bubble, everyone was jumping in when everyone was saying how great it was, okay? That's usually the wrong time to invest. When that bubble burst, you're crying. And that's what happened here. They got caught up in the hoopla with silver. Got in at the wrong time. See, the wealthy travel the road less traveled, and that's why they're wealthy, because they think outside the box. They research. They think about what they're going to do before they do it. They don't go necessarily on emotion, okay? But anyway. And see, silver stackers right now silver and precious metals are not popular. We're going against the grain and we're getting a lot of flack. That gives me confidence to know. Now, I don't like being called a Nazi. That pisses me off. But it comforts me to know that so many people out there are dogging us for doing what we do. That just gives me confidence. And then they act like that we're not diversified, that all we put our money in is precious metals. But I mean, okay, I, for example, have a 403B at work that I put my money in. I have a Roth IRA. I invest in my education. I invest in preps and tangible precious metals. I believe that qualifies me for being diversified. And I've always been told that diversification is the wise thing to do, right? Okay. A lot of these guys who I talk to and communicate with in the silver stacking community, a lot of them have rent houses. They flip houses. They buy land. They have Roth IRAs, 403Bs. They buy stock on Ameritrade and this and that. They are diversified as well. Okay, we just so happen to be passionate about precious metals. A lot of guys say, "Oh yeah, you're just flashing your wealth." No, there's a reason why we show what we buy each week, because whenever we're going against the grain, to me it's like a self-help group where we're motivating each other. I like to watch what San Pedro Silver, Silverfish, Epic RV, what Happy Silver Stacker, Business Bandit, Solivate Metal, BSO, Big Stack McGee, Sharp and Shiny, all these guys, when they show me what they bought, it motivates me. It inspires me to keep on doing what I'm doing. That's why we do that. And it also educates me, because they may, you know, the Noah's Ark coins, okay? I buy Star Wars coins. They may not know that's available, and it may, you know, someone may become interested in the silver I buy, and I may be interested in what they buy. Maybe something I don't know about, like them little silver bullet things, okay? So it's educational and motivational, okay? That's why we do it. But yet we get called, "Oh yeah, you're in a cult. You worship precious metals. Y'all are a bunch of doom and gloomers. You're a bunch of scammers. Y'all a bunch of liars. You're Nazis." What few investments have outperformed precious metals since the year 2000? Tell me. It's a finite resource, which means they're not making any more of it. And it's getting harder and harder to find good sources of silver ore. For example, the Pan American Silver Mining Company, okay, back in 2005, we're getting 7.4 ounces of silver per ton of silver ore. And then in 2012, they were only getting 5.1 ounces per ton of ore. Okay, forgive me if I mispronounce it, the Hotchkiss Mining Company in 2005 were getting 12.4 ounces per ton of silver ore. Now in 2012, well, last year in 2012, they only got 6.7. That's almost half the ounces per ton. So good, reliable. It seems like it's getting harder to find good stuff. And plus, what I've read from multiple sources is that 80% of the silver that is produced goes towards industrial applications. How much of those industrial applications do you think gets recycled? I would throw a guess out there of 0.5, less than 0.5% gets recycled, because we throw stuff away. We live in a society, a wasteful society. When my TV breaks, I'm sure it has silver and gold in it too, because they're such good conductors of electricity. My TV breaks, I throw it in trash. My computer breaks, I throw it in trash. My cell phone's trash. Now you have a lot of these companies who are recycling these things, okay? Urban mining is starting to get popular. So, guys, it's a finite, limited resource. And when these mines start losing money, they're going to cut back in production, just like OPEC does, until the price of oil goes back up where they're making money again. You got to think long term, not this short term stuff. Dollar cost average, and get in at the right time. And I think the right time is now. May the dark side of the force be with you.